Ah, and live we be. Let me let me check the old stream just a quick sec. Only take about a second to do that. Where is it? Where the fuck? I think I clicked the wrong thing. Hold on. Hold on. Here we go. It still says upcoming. What the fuck is this? What is this bullshit? I think I have to let it refresh. This must be a very frustrating experience for well, there are 0 people watching, so I guess this isn't a frustrating experience for anyone. As I sit here talking to myself. Now it shows live. And the audio is good, the stream is good. We're in good shape. Love to see it. As I sit here and pontificating in solitude. Well, I guess eventually someone will see this. It is the internet after all. Welcome to Sacktap Live. I am Mike Montone. We're having fun. If you would like to, uh, get a front row seat for for this every week, I'm just thinking about how funny it. Like I'm sitting here, telling people, "Oh yeah, check this out." Moments after declaring there is nobody fucking watching. It's fun. It's fun. Uh, at Mike's Golden Streams on YouTube, Twitter at Mike Montone, Instagram at Gary underscore Moyler, Moyler. This is if you ever want to like ask me a question or some shit or pass along a piece of info, the live stream chat is usually the best spot to find me because I check in once a week. I don't really use the other social medias too much. Every once in a while I put some shit up on Instagram and I'll go through my inbox. And I haven't tweeted in fucking months. But follow anyway. Why not? Because eventually I will start tweeting clips and shows and stuff. So you'll want to be there. That's how you entice people to follow you on social media. That's how you do it. Um, what's going on? It's St. Patrick's Day this weekend is coming up. Um, People have been getting. I've noticed, get all the greenery. I was at the mall the other day, and I'd been eating some mushrooms, and so maybe this really stuck out to me as incredibly profound. But the Easter Bunny was very lonely. Like there was no line to see the Easter Bunny. Nobody had made it their thing to go see the Easter Bunny, and Easter's coming pretty. Like we're in the thick of that season right now, and absolutely no one was there to get a picture taken with the Easter Bunny, and I felt very, very bad for him. And then I went and I got some chocolate covered pretzels, and I forgot all about the Easter Bunny until just now. But yeah, that was interesting. But it's St. Patrick's Day. I used to back in the day pre-pandemic. I guess I think pre-pandemic, or maybe like the St. Patrick's Day, because pandemic started in March. We're officially 4 years, 4 years ago right now. Like lockdown was getting underway. That is fucking incredible. It seems like it seems like so much time has passed. Um, and it seems like it felt like lockdown was a lot longer than it was. Like I was back in at work. Well, I mean, I was going into work a couple days a week, every week, so I never really stopped going. But like, we were back in at work uh, before the end of 2021. I think I can't. I have a hard time remembering numbers, so I get years confused very easily. I think it was 2021 because that would have been like just over a year, or like a year and a half or so, or whatever. Um, Yeah, but that felt like 3 years, like, it felt like forever, and I guess in some ways it did last really. I went back in a little bit kind of we were kind of ahead of schedule going back. I think the rest of the world took things a little bit slower, so I feel like we didn't really I feel like it was after the 2021 holiday season that the ball really got rolling on, like, all right, we're back to we're doing society again. Like, people were like, all right, this thing is bullshit now. We're going out. We're gonna start enjoying our lives. Like, get the fuck out of here. Um, but yeah, that's wild. I think that was the last St. Patrick's Day I went out. I'm trying to remember one that I've gone out in recent memory, and I'm not landed on one. It's yeah, St. Patrick's Day is like an interest. I have a we like I used to love it when I was younger. You get all boozed up, maybe you put a little powder up your nose, have a good time. I remember distinctly one St. Patrick's Day when I was young. Uh, I took this chick back to my apartment. I banged her, and then I'd been drinking and eating like kegs and eggs all morning. So I had to take a huge shit. I took a shit. I didn't want to go back to the bed with like a shit cake to anus because I thought that would be rude to the chick. So I showered. I came back all fresh. Plowed her again. Fun. And then she was going to go back out and meet her friends at the bar. So I hopped in the Uber with her, jumped out, got myself some pizza, and then went back up home and enjoyed a nice early evening of pizza and TV, having successfully drank and plowed all afternoon. So that was a lot of fun. I definitely have had a lot of fun on St. Patrick's Days, but generally speaking, I think it's a very ugly holiday. Like, it's really just everyone is just pale and a little bit gross from the long winter. It's not a sexy holiday. Like, 4th of July is like a sexy holiday. There's a sexiness to New Year's Eve, depending where you go. The summer holidays there's like a sexiness to them. Everyone's kind of tan and ready to fuck. St. Patrick's Day is a little bit more. Everyone is fucking like, it revolves around people like eating corned beef and cabbage and getting drunk. Like, that's not sexy. Nobody nobody wants to fuck on a belly full of Irish salted meats and fucking cabbage. Or how do they do corned beef? Is it peppercorn? Is it cracked pepper? Is that where the corn comes from? Whatever it is, fucking no one, no one, no one wants a belly full of fucking cabbage. Two cabbage bellies sloshing together after a fucking day of Guinness and Jameson is not. That's not a prescription for any kind of fun. Um. So yeah, but I know people go out because you want to. There's like that first whiff of spring is in the air, which just makes you want to go out and have a good time. As soon as you get like a few 60-degree days strung together, and then like it's tickling 70 around here the past couple. Ooh, let me turn that ringer off. This is a very amateurish production, isn't it? Soon as you get that fucking whiff of spring in the air, it's actually technically, I guess, it's still late winter on the calendar, but according to nature, it is spring. Like, it won't be spring per the human calendar for another like week or so. I think it's the 21st or the 23rd or some shit. But per the whatever the meteorological calendar, whatever the nature calendar that the fucking science guys use, it is spring. And you get that warmth in the air, that whiff of spring, and you want to get a little loose during the day, have a good time. And it just evolves into, especially down here in Hoboken. Hoboken used to throw a legendary fucking St. Patrick's. I don't know if they still do. I guess it still exists, but the problem is the um the alcoholic class in Hoboken, many of them worked in finance or tech or whatever, like, in industries that paid a lot, and they grew out of their alcoholic phase, and they decided to settle down in Hoboken and raise kids, and then they became Hoboken voters and Hoboken spenders and business owners, and they've kind of converted Hoboken into a mecca for upper middle class millennials and Gen Xers, with small families. So it's gone from being like there are still places you can party and have a good time in Hoboken, but it's not. Hoboken is not in its party heyday anymore. I don't think. It's become much more of like a family town, and with that comes an aggressive crackdown on on the kind of fun that you used to be able to have on St. Patrick's Day, because it used to be people pissing all over and beating the shit out of each other in the streets. Like it was a proper good time, but I think that that time has passed. Any howdy to the comments section. Good to see y'all. Nighttime Conqueror, Justin Landry. Cowster got a tooth extracted. Congratulations. The subway shooting. I wasn't. I mean, I have the New York Post here, so of course I can. I wasn't planning on it, but I'm only vaguely aware of what happened. Like, I mean, you have to understand, a New York City shooting is such a fucking common occurrence. And I know obviously I cover a lot of like New York City shithole stuff. Usually the New York City stories I go with are things that happen in the neighborhood that I pass through, but I'll um I'll certainly take a peek at the story before moving on. Oh wow. A Boeing 737 lost an external panel. Those things really are pieces of shit. Um Fucking Boeing. Let me find the NYC subway shooting. Yeah, so I guess there was a gun was actually discharged on the subway. And you remember a little while back there was like a mass shooting on the subway. That guy got on and he was like a terrible shot. He was firing all over the place, and I don't think he killed anyone. I don't think he was like the worst mass shooter ever. Um, yeah, so two guys got into a fight on a subway car out in Brooklyn. And I guess I don't. The guy got shot with his own gun because the other guy took it away and shot him with it, which is fucking wild. That's like one of those things you kind of fantasize about. Like if anyone ever fucked with me, I'd take their gun away and shoot them with it. Um, and rarely would that work out in your favor. These guys, yeah, I guess these guys were going at it for a couple minutes. Children on board. Some lady jumped in and stabbed the guy. That is fucking. All right, I got to pull up the let me get the video. I didn't realize there was an awesome video of this. I knew there was a shooting. Here it is. I have the video. Fucking ad. Yeah. God damn it. This is the fucking I just want the actual video. I hate the fucking I don't want the news package. Maybe Twitter would be better. This is the least entertaining thing ever. Tune in to watch me get frustrated while looking for a video. Here we go. Hold on just a sec. I will share it with y'all.
Let me out! Let me out! Let me out!
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be inside of a fucking tin can when some shit like that starts happening. I'm going to see if I can find a longer video. This chick just shares a million fucking videos. Oh, Joyce Philippe was there when it happened. She's got like a minute of video. Nice. Here we go.
Where's the NYPD? Oh my god! Close the door! Close the door! Oh my god! Oh my god!
My question is, it's New York City. How does no one else here have a fucking firearm? I just assumed that there were concealed firearms all around me when I walk around the city, but apparently not. Because this would be a great good guy with a gun situation. Like if some fucking cowboy was here with a fucking a Glock tucked in his waistband, he'd solve this situation right quick.
Andy, where are you?
No, it's not.
Look at this guy opting to stay as elevated as possible, just not giving a fuck. Jesus. Talk about tactical stupidity. It must be you because there's no way to get out, right? Because there's usually only there might be only be one set of stairs. So you basically have to sit here while two idiots fight over a fucking gun, and you have to hope that because it's not like it's not a mass shooter situation. It's literally you have to worry about catching a stray. So you basically have to just sit here hoping that in the struggle over this weapon, the trigger doesn't accidentally get pulled and a fucking round ricochet and pick you. Which really fucking Jesus. I don't know if you've seen the video, the footage from inside of like the rave tent in Israel is super fucking chilling. But yeah, look, this is not particularly surprising. These people laying on the ground definitely getting bed bugs. I don't know if bed bugs are a big threat on the subway because everything is it's all like hard. I don't know if that but it's like all hard plastic and metal. I don't know if that is a ripe bed bug environment. I worry about them on the bus because you're sitting on it's more of a material seat. Um yeah. But anyway, yep. Yeah, this is not the that's what it makes New York City such a ridiculous place is that this is not like atypical and all of those people who are like ducking down like that was probably like what time did this happen? Were people on their way? Was this during the morning commute? When was this? Rush hour. Oh yeah, Thursday rush hour. Um yeah, they're probably like, all right, now off to work. Jesus. You fucking imagine you're just going I feel so bad for people who are in I ride that stupid fucking bus in from New Jersey with people who smell like shit and don't respect personal space. But fucking New York commuting in New York City is like a completely different ball game. Um NJ Transit is the fucking minor leagues compared to the subway system with guys jacking off and fucking people stabbing each other and vomiting all over the place and doing needle drugs. I mean, it is just a fucking slum. Um, but anyway, before before I move on to the news stories that I was planning on getting to, I did want to mention and yes, Nighttime Conqueror. I will hopefully be discussing Haiti and barbecue. Fucking love this later on. Uh, I was in the locker room at the gym, and some guy comes in and he's taking a piss at the urinal. Like I didn't see him. I could just hear him because I was around the corner in the locker area, and I hear him. He's pissing, and then all of a sudden I hear him cut like a loud fart, and then like it got my attention, and I looked up and like I was kind of like, whoa, what the fuck? And then he's walking away from the urinal, and there's this mirror on the wall, and I wound up making direct eye contact with this guy, and like there was just this moment where you're like, oh, this guy now knows that I know that that he is the one who farted. Um, and there's just something very weird and animal about that. Like, wow, I positively IDing a farter is a wild experience. Cowster, I use all found money I use to make improvements to my home gym setup. That is like my rule. Everything that comes in, fucking Amex points, tax return, everything is either pay off debt, build up savings, or improve the home gym. Those are my financial goals. But yeah, I want to move on since we're watching video. There's another video that we absolutely have to watch. It's this Aroldis Chapman video. I would love to know what the fuck is going on here. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but let's have a look. I guess there's no volume to it. So he's on the couch with an older woman who is presumably, I think the article says it's his mother. Ex-Yankee Aroldis Chapman appears to grope older woman in disturbing video. Pirates reliever, former Yankee, raised eyebrows with a recent social media post, which featured a video of him caressing an older woman on a couch. In an Instagram, I don't know why. Why would you post this? The woman pushed his hand away at first, while they, along with the person behind the camera, shared an exchange in Spanish. There was an exchange in that. I didn't hear that. Where's the the volume is up. I didn't hear an exchange in Spanish. I don't hear an exchange. I see titties getting grabbed. I don't hear an exchange. This is quite bizarre. How bizarre that old, what was the name of that group? OEM, OMP. It was a good song. Whatever happened to those guys? How bizarre. How bizarre. That was a good one. I like that song. The video was still on Chapman's Instagram story as of Wednesday morning. The woman's identity has not been confirmed, but some believe she is Chapman's mother, which just makes it even weirder. A separate video on his Instagram story shows the woman and an older man cooking in a kitchen together. Yeah, this is like, you ever like accidentally, not accidentally, but like, you know, X videos just gives you, they just give you that fucking homepage list of porn. You ever see like an Eastern European porn? Like there's always there's something weird is going on in the kitchen, and someone's like roasting some pork or something like that, and then two people fucking with very pale bodies, pale kind of nondescript bodies, start having grunt filled sex with each other. It's a very not for me. I'm not a fan of. I get turned off the minute I hear someone speaking an Eastern European language in pornography. I'm immediately turned off. But yeah, I don't know what the fuck. I mean, this is a truly inexplicable video to post. This is like, if you've ever heard of that, they have that like that shit in Colombia that they can drug you with, and you'll just do whatever they tell you to. It feels like Aroldis Chapman was given some of that, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna make a video of you groping this fat old lady with a butch lesbian haircut. you're gonna lie on a couch and you're gonna grope her tits for the camera with a big fucking smile on your face, and then we're gonna post it to your Instagram and we're just gonna leave it there, and we're not gonna say a word about this to anybody. Um, that it seems like that's what happened. That is literally the only scenario I can think of here where that video gets posted. What some guy that we grew up with wound up doing gay porn, and it was apparently because he owed money to drug dealers, and the drug dealers, I guess this was a rather an escalated level of things. The drug dealers, I guess, had some money involved in gay porn. So they were like, "Oh yeah, okay, fine. Like you can pay off your debt by doing gay porn." And he wound up doing gay porn. I don't know how. Very curious how those stories get like leaked to the public in town, because I mean, like everyone knew about it. Everyone was talking about it. He picked a porn name that combined his. I don't want to give away like. I don't want to out because you could lead, if I told you who it was, I guess you could eventually kind of lead it back to where I don't know what kind of privacy gay porn stars operate under, but he made his gay porn name a portmanteau of two of his best friends' names, which is pretty hilarious. But yeah, those are like the only scenarios where I could see someone making a video like this. Like if you owe money to a cartel, or if you were given some sort of drug that makes you do bizarre things. We'll watch this again. I mean, he is fucking honking away. Like that's not this could not be mistaken for, he's affectionate with his mother and he draped his arm over her and he was just leaning against her or something like that. Whatever plausible defense you could come up with for this behavior. He is fucking honking on those things. Yeah, look at that. I mean, he's palming it like a fucking basketball, like he's about to dunk. Yeah, she brushes his hand away, and then he goes for the other one, and he starts honking again. And he can't be stopped. This guy's a fucking menace. What the fuck is this? Why, in God's name, what would drive you to do this? First, the act, and second, the posting of the video. Nighttime Conqueror, I believe I remember that story. Yes, that was a hideous couple. They were some of the ugliest people I have ever seen. That was the idea of people like that having sex is really, really, you have to reevaluate everything. And because you see it if you go to I go to the porn convention every year. You see it. And a lot of the people there are hideous, but a lot of them are hideous couples, and you're like, "Oh, these people are fucking." Um, and you remember if you used to stay up for what was it Real Sex on HBO, and you'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're all like." Back in the old days, that when there was not a widespread availability of porn, like and there was a chance that you always waited to see, they would tease at the beginning what was going to be going on in that episode of Real Sex. And like, if it was something good, if it was like, oh, these are like the hot sorority sisters who love to eat pussy and they're telling us all about it, you'd be like, yes, like I'm gonna get to jerk off to this episode of Real Sex. But a lot of times the people on Real Sex were like just like these pasty, overweight, hairy, fucking like that, they got a little eczema going, unshorn genitals, just really, really gross people. And that was, I remember that New England couple looked a lot like that. Kenny Fresh, he gets it. Not Sam Miguel. Good to have you joining us this evening, sir. Appreciate you checking in. But yeah, I don't know I have no idea what the fuck Aroldis Chapman is up to. That's weird. You can't, I don't care if he's your favorite player. I don't know if you can root for Aroldis Chapman anymore. That's wild. What's next? I don't think I'm not sharing the screen anymore. Okay. Here we go. I love this. I'm a big fan of this story here. If your balls have dropped, time to forget about it. Harry Potter star doubles down on audience infantilization. So I've never seen nor have I read a Harry Potter. I am so wholly unfamiliar with Harry Potter, but I don't feel that way because everything it just inundates everything. It's one of those things that's just everywhere, whether it's J.K. Rowling getting into fights with people about whether women have penises, or finding out that someone your age in a workplace. I don't run into it now where I work, but when I was at 1010 Wins, you would often find out that that coworkers your age were like fucking Harry Potter fans. It's always a very, very weird thing to find out that an adult is a Harry Potter fan. And this Miriam Margolis, uh, who I guess plays a character in the Harry Potter movies, has been shitting all over grown-up Harry Potter fans, which I absolutely love. She looks like a little fucking troll, but yeah, she says, if your balls have dropped. I agree, though. I don't. Fuck out of here. Stupid ad. That is one of the most baffling things. Like, if we're talking about things that baffle me, we're making a list. Aroldis Chapman grabbing an old fat lady's titties. Grown-ups who are really into Harry Potter. It's a world of wizardry. It's like it's for children, right? Like, I'm not wrong in thinking that. I know the books are kind of thick, but like those books were written for like late elementary school kids to get them into reading. I thought that was the whole purpose behind this. I didn't think it was that it was to inspire and enchant adults, like and it's not. It would be one thing if it was like the Mighty Ducks is for kids. It was a kids movie. But if the Mighty Ducks is on and I'm flipping through the channels, I'll watch a few minutes of the Mighty Ducks. If it was like that with Harry Potter, if people were just like, "Oh yeah, here's this thing that reminds me of my childhood," and sure, oh, it's the fucking movie's on TV. Yeah, I'll the rainy day, I'll give it a few minutes. If that was it, fine. If it was like, oh yeah, I look forward to passing this story on to my child, I'm gonna read the book with them or something along those lines. Sure. It's when it's one of those things where the fandom becomes a deeply rooted part of your personality that it it's undeniably fucking strange. And you have to honor your inner child in a different way. Yeah, I don't you fucking being a grown-up Harry Potter fan is just we got the Chinese and the fucking Russians coming after us. We can't be doing this shit. Uh it's one of those things that contributes to the dumbing down of society. This is to be a grown-up Harry Potter fan is like I absolutely despise that Applebee's date night commercial that they used to run during college. I'm sure they still run it during college football games. Um, because not only do I hate poppy country music, but I also I can't fucking stand, you know, people who lean into the idea of eating shitty food like Applebee's. It's fucking atrocious. You shouldn't. No one should be going on a date to fucking Applebee's. And every time I bring this up, I realize it sounds like I'm just ripping off a fucking Jim Florentine bit, but I cannot agree with this take more. It is just a disgusting restaurant, and it is indicative of a sort of a level of um, content to be stupid that a lot of Americans live their lives with. It's like this, they're content to settle for mediocrity in the entertainment that they consume and associate with, the restaurants they attend, the physiques they achieve, the brains they develop. They're saying that there's like this huge crisis now of American men who do nothing except for stay home, jerk off, smoke weed, and fucking play video games. And it really is. It's disheartening to know that it's like that, and people who are really into Harry Potter are the ones that we're gonna have to take up arms, alongside whenever the shit eventually hits the fan. Because it feels like we are going into a shit will eventually hit the fan phase. And I realize all of history has just been the shit hitting the fan over and over and over again. And every time we kind of wind up, coming out on top. But if we're going to be, presumably there will eventually be a legitimate third world war. Like you're not avoiding that altogether. It's just a matter of how long can we go in between the second and third world war. Like I think that is all human action is just let's see if we can push the third world war on to a future generation. Eventually they're going to have it out. Then eventually there will probably be some sort of interstellar war where we have to team up and fight creatures from outer space. The shit's all gonna happen eventually. But if I have to be if I get caught up in one of these things and I need people in the fucking trenches with me, fighting against like a giant robotic ant from a different galaxy, I don't want some fucking pussy who put in his fucking dating profile so he could meet other chicks who are into fucking Harry Potter. He put that he graduated from Hogwarts, and he thinks that that's fucking cheeky and cute. And his Instagram handle is a Harry Potter reference. And I have to hope that this guy will have the balls to pop up from behind cover to lay down some suppression so I can fucking maneuver and kill the ant robot queen. It's not a future that I look forward to. I hope that my sons and grandsons never have to experience it. What the fuck is a butter beer? What is a butter beer, Nighttime Conqueror? Someone please explain that to me. Yes, Joe Fred. Yeah, they would be. They'll be human shields. Yeah, anyone who's a grown up who's into any of that shit, uh, they're all going to be human shields, and even after they've been annihilated, they will be piled up, uh, and they'll be used to create bunkers. And I'm just imagining, yeah, just chunks of human flesh flying up in the air, as the fucking ant armies rain fire on our position. But yeah, it's the drink. Yeah, I surmised that it was the drink they drink in Harry Potter. What is it? It does it hold some significance, or are they just like, oh yeah, we drink butterbeer? Anyway, um, what the fuck is going on in Haiti? Barbecue. My guy Barbecue is threatening politicians as fires break out in capital. I like this Barbecue guy. He is a go-getter. A powerful gang leader in Haiti has issued a threatening message aimed at political leaders who would participate in a planned transition council, um, as fires broke out in Haiti's capital. Yeah, everyone's pulling out of the embassies. This is the New York Post, by the way, reporting this. Uh, they're pulling out of the embassies. Um, the prime minister is stepping down. I remember there was something going on in Haiti. There was a coup, or they did some shit when I was in college, and it was just one of those things that, when you're 19, 20 years old, you don't give a fucking shit about Haiti. So I remember, it was just a news blip. It was like, oh, there's something going on in some island nation where there are a bunch of shanties. What the fuck else is new? And I was eating lunch in the cafeteria, and I remember these kids came in and they reenacted whatever it was. Like, I think it was the prime minister got kidnapped or some shit, and they reenacted it, and they read some declaration about it, and just nobody paid attention to them. Like, I mean, it was as if it didn't happen. Like, they did this whole performative thing, and then they read this state, and like, I just remember nobody was looking at them when they read the fucking thing. You couldn't even do that these days, because now I think they would think that, you were, some fucking nut, and you were committing a murder, or a mass shooting, or some fucking shit. Yeah, you can't. I guess the days of low rent campus political theater are over. Um, yeah, so the gangs are shooting it out. They attacked the police academy. Oh, I see the main penitentiary was emptied of prisoners by armed men earlier this month. This is fucking cool. I mean, I'm sure it's terrible and terrifying for the people of Haiti, but objectively, really, really cool. Um, Thick black smoke billowed from the facility. Um, just trash everywhere. They set the police chief's house on fire too. It's all Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier. Is that how you pronounce it? I don't know. Cherizier. 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 It's Haiti. I think that's how they talk in Haiti. Haiti. Jimmy Barbecue Cherizier. I think that would be it, right? Wild. I love it. I'm rooting for barbecue. Hundreds of thousands of people have been displaced. So I guess this leader had been he had been appointed by President Jovenel. Well, I cannot pronounce Haitian names. He had been appointed by him shortly before the president was assassinated, and then this replacement had just kept postponing elections, I guess, in trying to seize power for himself. And that's when Barbecue showed up on the fucking scene. He is a former national police member who has seized power and has vowed to continue fighting until the prime minister resigns. So he's like their Thomas Jefferson. The prime minister is currently in Kenya on an official trip. Dude, if I was him, I would stay the fuck in Kenya. I would not go back to Barbecue. If the U.S. military is airlifting embassy workers out, I would not. And I was the reason that this warlord was rising up in opposition. I would not fucking be flying back. I would be like, you know what? I'm about to. I'm gonna hang out here in Kenya for a little while. We're gonna take an extended vacation, let things cool off on the home front. Um, I'd have, I would have the, I'd my fucking staff like selling all the nice shit from the presidential palace and just Venmo me the proceeds. I'm gonna need it. I'm hanging out in fucking Africa. I had heard a rumor that this guy was a cannibal, but then I saw that it maybe wasn't true, and that maybe people just got confused because his name was Barbecue. Does anybody know anything about that? Yeah, Nighttime Conqueror, I'm with you. He apparently just wants like open elections and for the people to decide things and not have this like corrupt fucking passing of one regime to another. Yeah, no, he is definitely. Paul Giamatti will play Barbecue in the movie, just as he did for John Adams. Paul Giamatti will portray Barbecue. That's what I would like to see when they eventually do the movie. But yeah, this is wild, wild, wild stuff. I wish you wish this kind of stuff was going on with like CNN used to be and like Fox News and all of them before they became just like hardcore political channels. They would have like covered this. You would have gotten like 24/7 fucking coverage of the government, you know, the uprising in fucking Haiti. Um, but instead, where you know it's just fucking Trump and Biden, Trump and Biden, Trump and fucking Biden. No one, it's not. That's not exciting. I would much rather CNN put its resources into covering the rise of fucking Jimmy Barbecue and get a guy on the fucking ground over there. Get some fucking cameras into Hamas tunnels. Give us like good old fashioned if it bleeds it leads fucking global war shit on all of the stream on all of the 24-hour news networks. Like they even Ukraine, they did that for like 2 weeks and then they were like, all right, we're just gonna get back. We're gonna get back to American politics. Um, I'm so fucking sick. American politics are just boring as shit. It's just I don't even know what's going on anymore. I don't. I have checked out so fucking far on American politics. I have a political science degree, and I don't fucking follow American politics. I don't give a fuck. I like. I'm into freedom. I'm a big fan of that. So I'll vote for the group that offers the most freedom, which is either you either go independent or you go libertarian. And that's that. But otherwise, like people who really have like a fucking hard on for political issues these days, it's like, get the fuck out of here. Conquer Canadian politics are so much more exciting. Your leaders do blackface. You got fucking Justin Trudeau appears to do blackface every chance he gets. Like there are so many pictures of Justin Trudeau doing blackface. It's one of the fucking the greatest fucking things ever. Is that not only did Justin Trudeau do blackface once, he did it like a bunch of fucking times. And he just regularly was photographed doing blackface. Yeah. Oh yeah, freedom fries. Don't call them French fries. Mexico most likely will have a female president. I'm fascinated by how Mexican presidents don't get assassinated regularly. I guess if you just let the cartels run amok, they won't bother you. But fucking, I always I would assume that it's not like a safe position, right? Like you're not like if you run afoul of the wrong people, it doesn't seem like there's a lot to protect you in Mexico. Like it seems like your assassination can probably be paid for pretty reasonably. I wouldn't want to be the president of Mexico. Anyway. We are, you know what? Real quick before I go, I was going to wrap it up, but let me do one. I just want to show this fucking hero. You know how if you've watched this show for any length of time, you know how much I fucking hate e-scooters. And this guy, I have no idea. I don't know where the fuck this was, what he did. I just saw this video and I wanted to share a little positivity.
Scooters have ruined society. Piles of scooters everywhere and hooligans running amok unchecked. So I kidnapped every scooter I could find on the streets and put them on my trailer and began assembling an electric scooter mountain atop the highest hill I could find until an aggro bird fleet manager arrived.
Who are you?
I'm with Bird.
I'm a goddamn cult leader cleaning up the city.
This is private property? You're breaking the law. The crazy person who literally just picked up 60 food.
They called Martin Luther King Jr. crazy.
Are you retarded?
You're
I do appreciate that he invoked Martin Luther King Jr. because this is, to me, probably the most important social protest since the civil rights era. These things, and I realize these are the smallest iterations of the scooters, but the e-bikes, the scooters, all of this shit, the streets are not designed for them. We can't have people walking and also have fucking just shitloads of people zipping around on bikes at 30 miles per hour. Like that, just people aren't smart enough to do that. We're a very dumb species. And it eventually it's going to reach a saturation where people are getting very badly hurt. Like I think it's slowly getting there. There are a lot of very close calls.
financially incentivized to have this opinion.
I'm financially incentivized to have homeless people removed from the streets rather than a scooter. Everyone else is playing chess and you're like in a field playing Monopoly by yourself.
And that
I don't know what that means. Everyone else is playing chess and you're in a field playing Monopoly by yourself. I have no clue. A lot of this, the interactions, I can't feel like there's an air of fakeness. So if this is just maybe like a propaganda video that he's made, an anti-scooter propaganda, I still support whatever this is. I support this gentleman's anti-scooter campaign.
And the Bird Goon Squad backup arrived.
How you doing, guys? We about to get gangbanged? Like, is this squad gangbang right here, or are we good here? We gave you your birds back. We good? Are you bird backup?
Yeah, he works for Bird too.
The Bird boss baby called the cops on us. We gently placed the scooters down, and the evil scooters continued to plague the city.
Yeah, fuck e-scooters. I just when I have seen every once in a while, I'll see someone fall off of one, and it's the funniest thing in the world to me. I fucking hate them. Anyway, folks, gonna wrap things up. It's steak time. You know, I enjoy a steak and some Bill Maher on a Friday night. I believe I will be here live next Friday. I don't think there's anything on the docket that will get in the way of that. So I will see you then. Until then, tell your friends, follow at Mike's Golden Streams on YouTube, Twitter at Mike Montone, Instagram at Gary_Moyler, Moyler, and adios, motherfuckers.